We're currently standing at the doorstep of the greatest financial event in human history. While the headlines are busy distracting you with political drama and celebrity gossip, a massive, silent tectonic shift is happening in the global economy. Over the next decade, an estimated $84 trillion is set to change hands. This is the greatest wealth transfer ever recorded, and it is going to create a new class of millionaires while wiping out everyone who is still playing by the old rules. The money isn't disappearing, it's simply moving. It's moving from the hands of the unprepared to the hands of the strategic. It's moving from traditional, crumbling institutions into the new economy assets that most people are still too afraid to touch. If you've ever wondered why you missed out on the real estate boom of the 90s or the tech explosion of the early 2000s, this is your chance to make up for it. This is the reset button you've been waiting for. Today, we are going inside the mechanics of this transfer. We're going to look at why the boomer wealth is about to hit the market like a tidal wave, the 3 specific asset classes that will capture this capital, and exactly how you need to position your portfolio right now to be on the receiving end of this trillions of dollars shift. If you want to be wealthy in 2030, you need to understand the math of 2026. This isn't just a video, it's your tactical map for the biggest wealth grab in history. To understand the scale of what's happening, we have to look at the demographics. In the United States, the baby boomer generation holds roughly 50% of the nation's wealth. They own the houses, the stocks, and the small businesses. But as this generation enters late retirement, that wealth has to go somewhere. Much of it will be inherited by heirs, but a huge portion will be liquidated, sold off to fund healthcare, lifestyle changes, and estate taxes. When tens of trillions of dollars worth of traditional assets hit the market at once, it creates a massive liquidity event. This is the moment where the old money system meets the new money reality. If you are positioned in the right assets before this wave hits, the sheer force of this capital flow will push your net worth to levels you never thought possible. We aren't talking about 10% gains, we are talking about life-changing generational wealth. But here is the catch. The money won't flow back into the same old places. The younger generations who are inheriting or earning this wealth don't trust the traditional banking system. They don't want 30-year mortgages on suburban homes, and they don't want slow-moving mutual funds with high fees. They are looking for speed, transparency, and high growth potential. They are moving toward decentralized finance, asymmetric AI assets, and hard money. If you are still holding on to the old world assets, you aren't positioning for the transfer, you are positioning for the crash. Let's talk about the first pillar of positioning, the AI infrastructure. In 2026, we're moving past the hype phase of artificial intelligence and into the utility phase. The wealth transfer is flowing into companies that aren't just using AI, but are building the literal backbone of it, the energy grids, the specialized chips, and the data centers. This is the digital real estate of the 21st century. Just like the oil tycoons of the 19th century became the wealthiest people on Earth by controlling the energy supply, the winners of this transfer will be those who own the compute and the data. If you position yourself in these infrastructure assets now, you are essentially owning the toll booths on the highway of the future. Every time a business or an individual uses AI, they are paying a small fee to the people who own the infrastructure. That is the ultimate passive income machine. The second pillar is hard money and the fixed supply revolution. As governments continue to print fiat currency to manage their astronomical debts, the value of the dollar is melting. The people on the receiving end of the wealth transfer know this. They aren't going to store their inheritance in a currency that loses 7% of its value every year. They are moving into assets that cannot be printed: gold, silver, and Bitcoin. In 2026, Bitcoin has moved from a speculative toy to a core institutional asset. As the trillions of dollars move, a small percentage, even just 3 to 5%, flowing into a fixed supply asset like Bitcoin will cause a price explosion that the world has never seen. Positioning yourself here isn't just about buying crypto, it's about owning a piece of the new global reserve layer before the big institutions have finished their entry. You want to be the one selling to them, not buying from them after the price has tripled. The third pillar is small-cap private equity and micro niches. As the boomers retire, millions of profitable small businesses, from plumbing companies to specialized manufacturing plants, are going to be up for sale. Most of these business owners don't have a succession plan. This is the boring business gold mine. Young entrepreneurs are using this wealth transfer to buy these cash-flowing businesses and modernize them using AI and digital marketing. They are taking a business that earns $300,000 a year and turning it into a $1 million a year powerhouse. Positioning yourself means looking for these real-world assets that have been neglected by the tech-obsessed market. These are the assets that provide defensive cash flow during a recession and explosive growth during a recovery. But positioning isn't just about what you buy, it's about how you think. The greatest barrier to wealth in this transfer is a poverty mindset. Most people are so afraid of losing what they have that they miss the opportunity to gain what they want. They are playing not to lose instead of playing to win. In 2026, the middle class is being squeezed out. You are either moving up into the investor class or falling down into the struggle class. There is no more middle ground. To position yourself, you must become a student of the market. You must learn how to read the capital flows. Follow the money, not the headlines. The money is currently flowing out of overpriced real estate and high-fee banks and into efficient, high-growth, digital-first assets. We also have to discuss the timing. Many people wait for the perfect moment to invest. They wait for the market to be safe. But in finance, safe is usually synonymous with expensive. The best time to position yourself for the wealth transfer is when there is uncertainty, exactly like the environment we are in right now. By the time the transfer is finished and everyone realizes what happened, the prices will already be at their peak. You don't want to be the one chasing the rally. You want to be the one who was already there, waiting with open arms. This is the greed that works. Not the reckless gambling, but the calculated strategic positioning in assets that the world is about to realize it desperately needs. The 2026 economy is a winner-take-most game. The tools to build wealth have never been more accessible. You have AI, you have global markets at your fingertips, and you have the data. But the competition has also never been more fierce. If you are still relying on a single source of income and a standard savings account, you are a sitting duck. You are the one whose wealth is being transferred away to someone else. It's time to flip the script. It's time to become the accumulator. Every dollar you save and strategically invest right now is a soldier in the battle for your financial future. During this wealth transfer, those soldiers are going to be worth 10 times more than they were in the previous decade. So what is your first move? First, perform a wealth audit. Look at every asset you own and ask, is this positioned for the 1990s or the 2030s? If you are heavy in traditional retail, old-school banking, or overpriced residential real estate, you need to rebalance. Second, build your cash reserve for the dips. The wealth transfer will come with volatility. There will be flash crashes and panic sells. These are not times to be afraid. These are buying opportunities gifted to you by the unprepared. Third, invest in your financial IQ. The most valuable asset you have in 2026 isn't Bitcoin or gold. It's your ability to process information and make fast, accurate decisions. The speed of the market is increasing, and you need to be able to keep up. The greatest wealth transfer in history is not just a catchy title. It's a mathematical certainty based on the world we live in today. Trillions of dollars are about to look for a new home. If you build that home in your portfolio today, the wealth will find you. You don't have to chase it. You just have to be ready for it. The system is changing. The rules are being rewritten. The wealth is moving. Are you going to watch it happen, or are you going to be the one who made it happen? If this video opened your eyes to the scale of the opportunity in 2026, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to wake up.
We are building a community of wealth builders who refuse to be left behind in the old system. Subscribe to Coin Crush for more strategic deep dives into the greatest economic shift of our lifetime. Watch this next video where I reveal the top 5 AI stocks that are currently undervalued and perfectly positioned to capture the next wave of capital. I'll show you the exact tickers and the entry points. I'll see you in the next one. The transfer is happening now. Position yourself. Your 10-year clock starts now.